taught me how to.
People, it's your boy Tots back again live with another Arsenal and Chill with my brother from another mother, the drawer of the show, Colin. Say hello to the people. Let's go. What's going on, bro?
The draw's here, lads. You know, you don't have to spam Tops' chat anymore.
Legit, man, bro. Over the weekend, yeah, the amount of time I heard your name saying, "Oh, Colin got caught. Where's Colin? Colin this, Colin that." Man, I'm like, raw. You might give Colin a break, man. He took his cooking. Jeez, man, let it go. We move on, man. We move on. But big up.
Not just once. No, not just once. Twice. I'll have you know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
Cooked by your. Brother, I blame you. I blame you for that cooking, by the way.
Oh man, hey, listen. I just lit the fuse. I didn't do anything else. That was it. I just sat back. Even I didn't think you were gonna get caught that much. To be honest with you.
to be fair, right? Okay, I do blame you for Monday's cooking, but Thursday's cooking, that's a completely different proposition. That's ST's fault.
Yeah,
right. My man's talking about me like it's Sheffield United. Look, brother,
yeah.
What? What?
Out of nowhere, bro. RKO. I didn't believe it. I was like, what? Sheffield United? Colin? No way, man. No way, man. But yeah, man, big up the chat as always. Big up TC Gaming, yo, Tops. Yeah, let's go. Big up yourself, brother. Big up Kurt, my guy. What you telling me, bro? Hope you're all good, my G. Big up, guys. Big up Kurt as always, man. Big up Sunderland. Yes, yeah, bro. Big up Sunderland. I know, obviously, Colin, you did a watch along for it, bro. Bro, how was the game, man? I know, obviously, Sunderland ended up getting the last minute equalizer to go through to Wembley, man. But how was it watching it, doing a watch along for it, bro?
Trash. I'm not even. Bro, it's trash. Honest to God. Seriously. The level of the championship has dropped significantly. I'll tell you what, though. That wasn't even the most interesting thing about it. The fact that Sky Sports had a mid-game glitch where it looked like it was 2-1 Coventry and 3-3 on aggregate.
What are we doing here, bro? Amateur hour. Oh, that is shocking, man. That is so bad. Oh, my Lord.
Bro, honestly, go and watch the watch-along. It caught me out live when I was doing it. So, brother, Sky Sports have done me dirty, bro.
Everyone's onto Colin this week, bro. I tell you, even Sky Sports are trying to troll you, man. What's going on here? What's going on, man? It says Jude Bellingham, brother. Please make sure Sheffield United, please. The one thing I want, please. I do not want Sheffield United up again. I'm sick of them, man. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of Burnley, Sunderland.
Do you know what?
Just do it, man. Do it for the culture, bro.
I can't. Do you know what? At this point, I'm not even asked if Sheffield United come up or not, because swear down, bro. Both legs for Sunderland and Coventry. Oh my days.
Bad.
Oh not great. And Bristol conceding 6 over 2 legs. I mean, Jesus Christ.
That's appalling, man. That is appalling. Really, really bad, man. But yeah, man, obviously, cutting off all the intro. Not seen you since, we're not on the show since obviously the PSG second leg. We've had the Liverpool game since then. So yeah, Colin, let me know your thoughts about obviously the PSG second leg, and then we'll move on to the Liverpool game, bro. What were you thinking after the game?
Well, funny story. We've been trying to do this show for a couple of days, but things keep getting in the way.
Yeah, legit.
The PSG second leg, do you know what? It started off well, but brother, I mean, what else were we expecting? Do you know what I mean? 1-0 down, having to go to the Parc des Princes and not only get a result but win. It was going to be a tough ask anyway, and ultimately, PSG were just a better team over 2 legs. It's as simple as that, you know. And then Arteta embarrassing himself in the press conferences, saying that oh, we're the best team in the Champions League, and the PSG bench told him so. Like, oh, shit. Do you know what? At a certain point, bro, right? I just want my manager to show a little of humility. I don't think that's a ask. I really don't. Like, he's not. And then he's going on about, oh, Liverpool. He embarrassed himself again and went, oh, well, Liverpool haven't reached our points tally of the last 2 years. Well, they're going to, and they're going to eclipse it. So it's just like, brother, show humility. Like, you were outclassed by PSG in the semi-finals. You've been outclassed by Liverpool all season. It's not hard to admit.
I agree, man. I agree. I feel like his ego's getting in the way of some of these press conferences as well. Because, like you said, bro, there's nothing wrong with just saying, you know what, Liverpool were just a better team, PSG were just a better team. There doesn't have to always be an excuse of why you didn't achieve something. Sometimes you're just outdone by a team that was either well prepared than you or had better tactics than you on the day. But, bro, I feel like a lot of fans, including you yourself, are getting a bit tired of his press conferences because it's just showing him that he's obviously losing his marbles bit by bit. Because beforehand, even a couple of seasons ago, he wasn't really saying anything kind of wild, even when we were losing. Like, sometimes he would come out and say, you know what, we just went at it today. Obviously, fine margins, etc., etc. But now, some of the excuses this season, Colin, about the balls obviously not being different in different competitions, and obviously blaming the weather and blaming other kind of things, bro. It's just like the guy's losing his marbles, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on with him. Like, he just needs to take a reset, like you say, show a bit of humility, and just say, you know what, we need to do better as a team, and I need to do better as a manager if I want to stay here long term, man, for sure. Because again, at the minute, bro, it's not looking good for Arsenal, man. But yeah, obviously, my thoughts on the PSG game, just real quick. Yeah, obviously, we started the game pretty well, 15 minutes in. But again, the normal, obviously, issues occur. We haven't got someone that can put the ball into the back of the net when we're on top. And then PSG slowly came back into the game and ultimately were the deserved winners over the two legs, bro. They were clinical. They took their chances. And in the spells of when they were dominant, they made sure they scored the goals where we didn't. So for me, I've got no complaints. Obviously disappointing. And I was hoping we could get to the final. But again, we just came falling up short again, bro, when the pressure was on, man. When we really need the team to step up and deliver us silverware or get to a final, they just can't seem to handle the pressure, the big moments, the big situations. It's just very, very frustrating. But yeah, obviously, still disappointed with that. And then we go on to the Liverpool game. And I remember you said, obviously, in the comments, that you just don't care about any Premier League game now. Your interest is just completely gone. Is that still the case?
Bro, I didn't even watch the game.
Wow.
That's how little I care right now. Do you know? Okay, I'll put it to you like this, right? See, I mean, okay, not many people know this, right? But I'm an avid watcher of the NBA, right? And my team is the New York Knicks, right?
Yeah.
The Knicks were playing the Celtics on Saturday. I was more and look, they got absolutely thumped, even though they're winning the series 3-1, right? I'm more interested in watching the Knicks right now than I am Arsenal. And the Knicks haven't won an NBA title since I've been alive.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, I mean, it just... I just don't care, mate. Like, literally, I do not care. Our season is done. What are we... I mean, okay, people can say, oh, it's for pride and this and that, but bro, who cares whether we finish second, third, or fourth? Like, who gives a fuck? You get the same thing for those positions. You do. So it's like, at this point, I'm checked out, bro. I'm checked out. Congratulations to Liverpool and all of that. Congratulations to PSG. But to me, the team have underperformed this season. The football's been dreadful. And to me, based on what Arteta's been babbling about in his press conferences, that man's feeling the pressure. No one can tell me he's not. Because what pressure does is it reveals something about you, right? And with Berta moving like he's moving, Arteta, he's going to be under pressure next year. Mark my words. If we're in a similar position, he's gone.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. Especially like you said, without Edu there and that kind of relationships, it kind of felt like Arteta was in charge of Edu sometimes. Like it felt like a bit of a buddy kind of relationship. But with this one, you can see from how Burr is obviously at the games and in training, bro. Man, stern face, not smiling. He has to be the guy that's like, you know what? We need to win at all costs. Doesn't matter if you've been here 5 years, 2 months, whatever. If you're not winning or you're not delivering, you're out the door, whether it's the manager or the players. And I feel like that's got the kind of vibe he's got. Obviously, he's brought to the club already. Do you know what I'm saying? So I agree with you, bro. Like, I feel like Arteta, and he knows it, bro, especially with the comments he's doing in the press conferences and obviously the post-match reactions as well. He knows he's getting under a little bit more pressure, even with pundits coming out and saying, you know what, it's been a while since they've not won anything. Maybe someone else needs to take charge. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Just get through some of these comments as well. Big up, obviously, the chat. As always, Kurt says, I can't stand Sheffield United. Not even the best side in Sheffield, man, says Kurt. Talking about obviously the Champions League 6-7. What a game that was as well, by the way. Well, 2 games as well. 6-7 Inter Milan and Barcelona. Bro, what's your thoughts on that, man?
Inter Milan, bro. Like they're just they're I'll tell you what, they might be a rival of mine, but I can only applaud their manager. Do you know what I mean? I rate him so highly. It's just like he's built something at Inter where you're like, it's special, but at the same time, I would love to see him in the Premier League, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like him, I mean, I don't think he'd go to City. He wouldn't come to us.
No.
Not because we couldn't get him. It won't happen because it's different, like stylistically to what we've been doing for the last few years. So that's why. It's got nothing to do with whether we can get him or not. If Amorim doesn't work out, which by the way, I still think they should stick with Amorim. Honestly, I don't even think Amorim's to blame for the troubles at United. And I'll die on that hill, bruv. Swear down.
No way. You think?
Bro, they kept Ten Hag after the tragic season, offering him a new contract, and they sack him mid-season. You tell me who that's on. Is that on the manager? No.
No, it's not. But
like,
bro,
no. Listen. I get the results aspect of it. Okay, I get where you're coming from. I'm not saying I don't. I get your point. However, here's my issue with it. Say they sack Amorim.
Yeah.
Where did they go? Where did they go from there? That's it. They can't afford to sack him because they'll go. Who's going to join United if they sack Amorim? Tell me that.
Yes, it's tough. But it's tough, man. I'm not sure you will join them, but it's going to have to be someone that's going to be willing to take on another project again. Someone that's going to be long-term wise, willing to be there 2-3 years again and rebuild the team again. But with Amorim, he has to improve. He has to pick up some results, because if he doesn't win the Europa League and starts the season next year and they keep losing, he's getting sacked. He is. He's going to get sacked, bro, because the fans are going to stop turning up. They're not going to be obviously impressed with the team. And then the overall feeling within the club is just going to be doomed, because it's like this manager's been here. All he's done is just lose in the league. He's not won the Europa League, lost to Spurs in the final. And now he's losing in the new season with a couple of more of his players. They can't keep him. So my thing is while if you just sack him now, if he doesn't win the league, then you've got a new manager, new preseason, that he can get his own players in. Because with Amorim, he's very particular in terms of what kind of system he has, what type of players he is. It's a massive risk to them back him for a long time, and it doesn't work out anyway. Now you've got all of his players, and now you've got to try and get rid of all of them as well, and then get a manager in, like you said, he's probably not going to be as good as him in terms of profile-wise, to then come in mid-season again, because he's not going to last another season with these kind of results. He has to pick it up in the season. They've got to be challenging for top 4 or for a European place, especially if they're not in the Champions League, because they'll have one game a week. So my feelings on the situation is, bro, you don't want to try and do another Ten Hag situation where you just go all in quids in with this guy when you're not particularly sure if he's any good anyway. Everyone just, based off the results he's doing in the league, people are just assuming he's going to transport that into obviously what he's doing at Sporting, but there's no guarantee because he's not showing that in the league. Again, granted, it's not his players. I get that. But for me, they still should be doing better than 16th. If they now do that and risk that, and then it doesn't work out, that's a lot of stuff now you've got on top of the fact that you've got other players from Ten Hag, from obviously other managers. Now you've got Amorim's players, because obviously at the minute he's only got one player. So it's not like a massive, like, oh my God, we've invested so much in this guy. It could be just, okay, we've got the wrong manager. He's probably not right for what we need right now. Maybe if we had a better team, he could probably elevate us to a higher level. But is he the right guy to take a team from the slums and bring them back up? I don't know. Obviously, it's hard to say because, again, he's not had his players. But I'm just saying the trajectory he's going in the league, this is like, bro, they're 16. This is Man United. They're 16.
Listen, I get. Okay, here's the problem, right? When you say they're Man United, they're 16th. That shouldn't happen. I agree to an extent, but then what we need to do is get the idea out of our heads that this is the old Man United, because it's not that. Right? So to me, it's like, I'll tell you this, as a rival, I want Amorim sacked. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I've got a funny feeling they're going to be good next year.
You think?
I don't know where. I don't listen. Right? Listen. Especially if they win that Europa League, because this is where the theory comes from, right? I'm basing that theory off them winning Europa. If they win Europa, they'll be better next year. Mark my words. Because if they win that, what that'll do is it'll bring a trophy. 2, Champions League football. 3, it'll breed confidence that, oh, maybe this manager is the guy in the eyes of the fan base, right? And let's be clear. If any of us don't listen to him, who's going to look at... Everyone needs to start looking at Ineos then, because they've made some dodgy decisions, bro.
Yeah, really I agree, bro. Listen, I'm not saying Amorim's the only one to blame. Bro, I think Ineos are the worst out of all of this kind of like Glazers or whatever, because they've come in, sold the fans a dream that they're going to be something else than they actually are, because they're not coming in to transform the team and bring them loads of money and loads of kind of players. They're saying, you know what, we have to try and balance the books. We have to try and sell players. It's going to be a lot of pain. We're bringing in the manager, and we're not really going to fully back him in January. Then we still don't know how much money they're going to back him in the summer, depending on what competitions they're in. So I feel like they've sold a lot of Man United fans a dream, because they thought they were getting their version of the Qatars, or their version of Saudi like kind of owners, where they're going to just put loads of money into it. They're going to get the best manager, and they're going to back the manager full hold, and they're not doing that at all. So, and also you could argue as well, the decision to keep Ten Hag when you could have literally just moved him on. He won a trophy. You could have moved him on and got obviously a new manager in the summer, which definitely would have helped Ruben Amorim if it was him to be obviously coming in the summer, last summer, because he would have had his players full pre-season, start of the season, doing it fresh, and he would have been a better judge of obviously how good of a manager is. Mid-season, obviously, it's always going to be difficult. The fact they didn't do that is another red flag, bro. So for me, if I was a Man United fan, I'd be more worried about them in general rather than obviously the type of manager they get on, because some of their decision making in terms of who they're selling, who they're buying, when they're getting managers in, when they're sacking them, is been a bit suspect already, and they've only been here less than a year or whatever. So yeah, for me, I think that's a massive issue for Man United. But just to go on your point of what you said about them winning Europa League, if they win the Europa League, then fair. I say, you know what, you won the Europa League, he's got them in the Champions League, he's won a European trophy. You move on with a fresh next season. But if he does not win that Europa League, bro, it's looking bleak, bro, because like you said, they're not going to be able to have the type of money or the type of finances to attract or even spend the money on the top caliber players for them to push up into the league. You're looking at them probably keeping the majority or half of the players they've got now, which Amorim can't get a tune out of now. So I can't see how it's going to change too much, because again, he's going to have probably similar players, maybe a few extra ones that can maybe help him score a bit more goals. But bro, I'm looking at it like, if you don't start the season right and you've lost the Europa League to Spurs and you're playing one game a week and you're near the bottom, October time, bro, I think he's going to get sacked, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. We'll see.
I'll tell you what. We'll revisit this.
Yeah.
At like the start of next season, whether I'm right or you're right. But I've got a funny feeling I'm going to end up being right.
No, I think I'm going to end up being right. You know, I think it's going to be me. I think he's going to get sacked.
Right, we'll see.
We'll see, man. Well, big up the chat anyway. Big up everyone. Mayhem in the building. Obviously, the ultimate troll along with Carlos and Vidic. The comments. Liverpool was better this season, says TC Gaming. 100%, man. If the bench told him he got his ass out, Arteta will most likely to do it. That's crazy. Apparently, Arteta was so rude in the last interview to some woman. Yeah, I did see that actually. He was very, very abrupt. I think again, he's just not really handled himself the right way in these interviews for sure. Big up the panel, big up entertainment more. We should have won. LOL. Obviously, Liverpool fan. Arsenal bottom this season. Can't really disagree, bro.
No.
Let's play this season for Arsenal. I'm probably gonna go Gabriel. To be honest with you, I know he's been injured since April, but up until then, I think he's been pretty much flawless. What about you, Colin? Who do you think the best player for us has been?
Yeah, I'm torn, but I'm torn on three. I'm torn between three, right? Declan Rice is one of them. Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout, actually.
And Gabriel.
That's not a bad shout.
I'd probably side towards Gabriel, but for me, it would go Gabriel, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Declan Rice.
Yeah. For what Miles Lewis-Skelly's done, considering no one really had him play as an actual starter at the start of the season, the fact he's 17, playing out of position, normally a midfielder, the performances he's put in at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid, obviously other games as well, Manchester City, I think definitely, if you want like the surprise of the season or the most improved, he's been sensational, man, for sure. Mazid, who do I cook first? Says Mayhem. Oh, Lord. Bro, oh, my God. You see this season, Colin? We had such a bad season. Everyone's cooking us, man. If you could bring one player back to your club, who would it be? For me, it's a hot take, but Origi, as he was so clutch. Who would you bring back, bro, to the club if you had the chance to bring someone back?
Are we talking like any era ever?
Let's go Emirates era.
Emirates era.
Yeah.
Eduardo.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't rate Eduardo as well, to be fair, you know. I thought he was sick before obviously the injury. That's not my pick. Who would I go with, man? I'll probably go with Alexis, man. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. What a guy, man. Alexis, man. They must be still playing. Kurt says, my brother wants Amrin sacked. You know what? A few Man United fans do actually want to get rid of him already. So obviously he's not been happy with the league performances and the results. But yeah, crazy, man. Kurt, it must be fun for you if he's a United fan. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my twin brother's United. Bro, you've been yeah, he must be struggling this season, man. Jeez. Top's channel. Yeah, I know, Mitchell, man. More banter, more fun. Yeah, for sure. The draw nickname is it's like his club's form. Oh my days. Man United.
Do you know what? That's only a thing. I'll tell you what. That's only a thing, right? Because you lot in the chat won't stop talking about me when I'm not even on. Like seriously, like Tops is here. Pick him up. You know.
They're after you, bro. You're the guy they want, man. You're the guy they want.
I'm not here. Leave me alone.
Gabriel should be captain. Nah, I hear that, bro. Oh, look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. Carlos, Colin, Colin Blood, I'm still about temps. Obviously, yeah.
Carlos, listen, right? Listen, right? Okay. Here's the deal, right? Carlos is the ultimate shithouser, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And it's just like, okay, I get it. But here's the issue. Carlos, here's the thing, yeah? Your striker got sent off at the weekend for something that you would see on a Sunday school pitch. All right? Do you know what? that might end up costing you the Champions League for the season. It might. All right. And now, like I said at the weekend, I'll gladly get cooked by a Liverpool fan. All right. I will gladly get cooked by a Liverpool fan. I will gladly get cooked by City fans as well because they won the league last year, right? But I'll tell you one thing I won't do. I won't get cooked by a Chelsea fan who have done absolutely squat under Clear Lake, you know? So, brother, this ain't old Chelsea under Roman, bruv. This is Chelsea ran by a board that, quite frankly, I mean, honestly, the decisions they've made over the last couple of years,
atrocious,
brother,
really bad.
Like, imagine sacking Tuchel for Graham Potter, Pochettino, and then Enzo Maresca.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Kurt says, "Stop banner was funny about Arteta." You know what? You know what I felt like? Because it's obviously the manager of my club, it's peak for me because it's like they're taking the mick out of my club, innit? But I'm from a neutral. Oh yeah, of course, bro. I like stuff like that, innit? Because obviously football's about banner. When people are in winning positions, you take the mick out of other people, and then it hopefully for you guys, it flip reverses, and obviously we can take the mick out of them. So, bro, I had no problem with the banner. People saying it's disrespectful and moaning about it. I think, bro, like, it's not that deep, man. Like, they've won the league. They can take the mick out of us, man. We've came second again. Well, we might even come second, but we've obviously not won it again. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's just peak. Second again, Ole says Mayhem. I'm after you, Colin. Get on my barbecue, blood. Oh, my Lord.
Bro, the fact that you're propping Liverpool is embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. The guy's supporting two clubs. The shame. Oh, fine, shame, man. They all miss that Scottish accent, bro. Yeah, big up Kurt. I mean, yeah, probably is that as well, man. He said, "Yo, Colin, bro, they're after you, man. Yo, Colin Blood, are you going to get your second place trophy this season?" With a laughing emoji. Tops is a blue, Colin is a blade. No, bro, that's not true as well, by the way. I'm not a blue, and he's not a blade. What the hell? We see things you never see, Colin.
Bro,
Colin,
listen,
bro,
right? See
bro, what the hell?
Listen. See with the blue thing, yeah,
yeah,
and the blade thing. Because I asked this to my chat the other day.
Yeah.
Right. Those are going to stick, by the way. No matter how we detest it, and trust me, I do. It's gonna stick, man.
Oh yeah, man. It's not good, my guy. It's not good. Mayhem says, Colin, at least they've got a striker. Jackson thinks he's playing WWE. Yeah, that's true. Man, he did a Judas effect. Don't at me, Colin. I'll get to play Champions League on FC 26 blood.
What, you skipping the first season, Carlos?
Oh my god. Kurt says, I won't cook you, bro. You're good. Yeah, man. Big up Kurt, bro. Man said, Carlos, wake up. Not Champions League for you. Only Europa League. Colin says, I've won the Premier League this season with Liverpool, Colin. Don't at me. Oh, you see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? What's going on here? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? You won the Premier League for Chelsea. Oh, my God. So shameless, man.
Shame, bro.
So shameless, man. Most shameless people. Me, Vidic, Juan, Carlos. Yeah, 100% agree with that, man. It's crazy. Colin, we know the standards dropped from when Tuchel got sacked. Marina and Czech were forced to leave. Half the staff have been there. We are Glazers 2.0. With a load of emojis. Yeah, no, for sure, man. Vidic equals me. Carlos versus Colin. Tots versus Kurt. Who says no? Was that a battle royal or something? What's going on here?
Oh, man.
Crazy, man. This chat's man. Make sure you guys hit the like as well. Like the video as well. Make sure you follow Colin as well. His obviously channel is in the description. Yeah, he's going to be doing a watch along today as well, Colin, man. Let the people know what watch along you're going to be doing as well.
Yeah, it's the Coppa Italia final, Milan Bologna. I'm not looking forward to it, considering considering that news was leaked last night that City are going in for the number 8 there, Renders.
Renders, yeah.
Which I mean, like, Milan aren't going anywhere under the current ownership. They're not. So he's better off leaving. Same with Leao. I know we're linked with Leao. Whether it happens or not, it's another question.
Yeah.
But honestly, bro, Milan are going absolutely nowhere. Like this ownership have, how do I put this? In a span of 2 to 3 years, the entire title-winning team has been completely ripped apart.
Damn.
And that's because when those players have left, because I don't blame those players for leaving, right? Because you're not gonna, because ultimately, when you're in Italy, right, you want to win the Champions League as well, right? And when you're a club like Milan, you envision yourself lifting that Champions League trophy at some point, right? Even with that title-winning team, Milan are not in weren't in a position to challenge for the Champions League. So I understand Tonali wanting to leave. I understand Romagnoli wanting to leave.
Yeah.
I understand, Kessie wanting to leave as well. Giroud was getting on. Ibrahimovic was getting on as well. Retired now. Brahim Diaz, I mean, he was only on loan from Madrid.
Yeah.
So he's just gone straight back, but he probably thought he could do something there. Since those players have left, they've recruited horrifically, right? Because when I look at that midfield, it's not title winning by any stretch of the imagination. Actually, let's put it like this, right? Tops, if I told you that Milan brought in a manager who requires a number 10 and they have no number 10s in the squad, would you not think the priority would be to sign number 10s?
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so.
They did no such thing. And as a result of that, what we were doing is playing Ruben Loftus-Cheek at number 10. Now, you tell me, Tops, does Ruben Loftus-Cheek strike you as an attacking midfielder?
I mean, at Chelsea was used there sporadically, I guess, but now more of a ball carrier though, no, more of a dribbler, more of a not your typical number 10 creative. I would say no.
Right. So why bring in Paulo Fonseca, who plays a 4-2-3-1 when we've got no 10s then? Doesn't make any sense, does it?
Nah, not from what you had before. Then yeah, it doesn't really make any sense, to be honest.
No.
Yeah.
No. And they've still not replaced Lucas Paqueta either.
Still. He's been gone for time. What the hell?
I know. Honestly, mate, it's embarrassing. Like, I know they could still technically get Champions League, but look, they're not the favourites by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, they're 8th right now, but
oh jeez,
I'll tell you what, we're lucky that Fiorentina lost their game in hand because long day, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Long day. So, all right, we're on 60 points at the minute. We're 4 points behind Juventus.
Yeah.
With 2 games left.
Oh yeah, that's not.
When I say we're not the favourites, right? That's because Juventus would have to lose both.
Yeah.
Of their games to even stand a chance of getting into those Champions League places. That's not happening, bro. No.
Nah, man. It's looking bleak. I can't even lie. It's looking bleak, man. But we'll see how you guys get on. Maybe you could win, obviously, another trophy. It would be after winning the Super Cup. So, from a trophy standpoint, it could be a successful one. But in the league, like you said, not been good enough for sure, man. Big up Curtis says, wonder what will happen first. Chelsea getting Champions League football or Wrexham getting into the Premier League next season? Don't know, man. To be fair, that's actually a good question, to be honest, because I did see a report that Chelsea are going to give Maresca 2 full years at least before doing like a obviously a review on his obviously job and whatnot. So he's definitely going to be there next season. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of transfer window they do have if they don't get Champions League football. Can they still attract the big money signings that they used to without it, man? Remains to be seen for sure, man. Mayhem says, I'm going to be there for your watch along. Big up Mayhem. And I'm a cook you. Oh, okay. Well, maybe not then. That's crazy.
It's fine. Mayhem's a kid, so I'll let him off with it.
Yeah, legit. I thought Tonali was forced out after they sacked Maldini, says Carlos. Is that true? Now, Colin, big up, big boy at AC Milan not getting Conference League. It's not nice, is it? Laughing emojis. Colin, Chelsea link with Liao. We will be there, Colin. I don't rate Liao. Yeah, he's not been having. Well, what? He's he had a good season this year, Colin Liao, or has he been a bit quiet?
Fair, I wouldn't be judging Liao off this season, man.
Oh, okay.
Because Milan in general have been awful this season.
Yeah.
What I would say is, if Arsenal are going to bring in Liao, there needs to be a clear plan, right? None of this playing him at striker. I've seen him at striker. It doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if we're going to bring him in, you keep him out on the left, bro. You don't mess with it.
Nah, for sure, man. For sure. Speaking of obviously what Arsenal going to bring in, I was going to ask you, man, this summer, like, what would be a ideal transfer window for you? Like, what kind of players do you want to see come into the club? Like, what kind of positions do you want to be filled? And if is there any particular players you want? Who would they be, bro? If you had to pick.
Well, do you know what? I did that earlier, yeah? If we're looking at this whole squad, we're probably going to need like between 7 and 8 players, right, in total, right? Now, that's not going to happen over the course of a summer window. It's just not. We're not buying 8 players. We're just not. If we did, then I'd be surprised. I don't think we will. Personally, I think the goalkeeper needs upgrading. That's just my own personal opinion. Has he been one of our better players this season? Yes, but if you actually watch him, there's times where he makes silly mistakes, and I'm sorry, when you're going for a title, you can't have that. So, to me, Ryan needs to be upgraded. You know, we should be looking at an Allison type or Ederson to start for us. Brian's not a 1. He's just not.
Yeah.
We should be looking at a centre back, in my opinion, because Kivior will be going.
Yep.
And then that's you left with Calafiore, Gabriel, and Saliba. And 3 centre backs is not enough to compete on all 4 fronts next season. Sorry, but it's not. So you need a centre back or 2 of them. You need a left back, because I personally feel that Miles Lewis-Skelly should be moved into midfield.
Okay.
And plus Tierney's going as well. And yeah, that's what I think should happen. We need midfielders anyway, because Partey's going and so is Jorginho. So who's that?
Yeah.
We need the obvious is we need a striker out.
Yeah.
So there's that. We need competition for Saka, and we definitely need an upgrade on Martinelli and Trossard, which is where I feel Leao comes into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't think it'll be. I don't think we're getting Nico Williams. I think he's going to Bayern. So it looks. I'm pinning all my hopes on Barca doing the business, because It just feels to me that when Arteta and Edu were doing the signings, we get one, maybe two that we would need, and the other mostly squad rotation. Whereas Bart is probably looking at, okay, this squad needs this squad needs this. But to me, I think that there's going to be a surprise out that not many people are expecting.
Okay. Any names, or you're not sure?
I think it's going to be Kai.
Oh, Havertz. We're going to sell him.
Genuinely, I think it might be Kai. The reason I think it'll be Kai Havertz, right? One, because Arteta's not in control of the signings as much anymore, right? If this was like a jobs for the let's say Rosicky was the sporting director for some ungodly reason, a job for the boys type deal, right? If that was the case, Kai Havertz would definitely not be going, because there's no way Arteta would sign off on that. And Rosicki's not going to go against someone that he played with, right? But this ain't jobs for the boys. Bart has been there at Atletico Madrid, and he's had experience at the top level. So I think Bart is going to look at it and go, are we getting value for money out of Kai Havertz? And I think the answer is going to be no.
Yeah. I agree, man. I agree. We're not getting value for money, considering how much we pay for him and how much money he's on the most of the club. Whether we sell him or not, I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like I think you're right. I think we're going to sell someone that no one's expecting. Maybe one of the first that everyone thinks, they're going to be a mainstay in the team. It could be an Odegaard. It could be a Havertz. It could even be like a Gabriel. I don't know. Because I do feel like
I tell you, do you know what? As I'm thinking about it, yes, I can see Kai going, but I could also see Martinelli going.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of the first team starters for sure. I do, because I feel like we're going to have to try and get some money back into the club. And you look at all the signings that we've got on loan. Obviously, the news came out that Lokonga's probably going to be coming back to Arsenal. Seville don't want to sign him. Nuno Tavares is going to be going to Lazio. You still got Fabio Vieira, who's obviously on loan to Porto. So there's still a couple of players we need to try and get rid of and to make a bit of money. But even if we do that, it's not going to be our load. And if we want to really, like you say, Colin, strengthen the team with 5, 6, 7 players, we're going to need some kind of money coming in. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if I'm being honest, man, if a massive bid came in for one of our players that's a fan favorite, quote unquote, and we end up selling him, man. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Just going quickly through the comments for obviously Colin has to head off to do his watch along. You guys are linked with Andre Santos. Stay away. Obviously Santos, Chelsea. Big up Z. What are you saying, bro?
You know what? Andre Santos was good on FM24, by the way.
Oh, was he?
He was. Yeah.
A baller, Santos. This will take Arteta's squad Ben to 1 billion. Laughing my ass off. It's not looking good, blood. Yeah, listen. Well, we've already made our points known on the manager.
Listen. Me and Tops have been critical on some of the spending because we don't feel it's been spent. The money's been spent in the proper areas. So it's not like we haven't been critical, because we have.
Yeah, for sure. We have for sure. Swear down Ray against United this season still gives me chills. Saved you, man, that game from losing. Nah, listen, I think Ryan's been one of our better players this season, but I do agree with Colin. He doesn't strike me as a title winning keeper, a Champions League winning keeper. I don't know if it's because obviously he's high or the fact he can make a few mistakes. But bro, he's been brilliant this season. Like overall, you look at not even just that game, other games he saved us in. Atlanta saved the penalty. Aston Villa he saved us as well when we won 2-0 away. There's been a load of games this season where he's actually been really, really good and saved us from less defeats than we've got now. But yeah, I don't know what it is about him, man. You know when Alisson got to Liverpool, you just knew, yeah, this is their keeper that they're going to have for a long period of time. Same with Edison as well.
You knew it because he was class for Roma the previous year.
Exactly. Even when Courtois came for Chelsea, you just knew this is going to be the replacement for Cech. With Raya, I don't feel that. I don't get that feeling. I feel like he's just another transitional keeper for someone else. It's hard to explain, but not to say obviously he's a bad keeper or anything. I think he's a good keeper, But like Colin was saying, the fine margins. But listen, for me personally, that has to be last of the list. We've got definitely more important things to worry about up front. That has to be addressed as soon as possible. And in midfield, in my opinion, that's like the thing at the end of the window where you can then obviously scout for a keeper to obviously try and take away a spot. But for me, yeah, I think long term, I think we're probably going to get another keeper, which is kind of mad considering how much money Arteta spent on keepers. But it is what it is, I'm afraid. It is what it is. Tops, how did you come up with your channel? Jokes, you're a blue, and whatever, man, he's trolling. If Madrid come for Saliba, he wants to move. What's the minimal price? Oh, how much you saying, Colin? Minimal price for Saliba. I mean, he's only got 2 years left as well. So,
I think it depends on what happens next season. If we win nothing again, then I don't think it'll. You know what? Part of me just wish this contract talk was done because otherwise it's just going to drag on for the season, and we've been there already.
Yeah, 100%.
But minimum price, I think you're looking at 100 million.
100 mil, crazy.
That's what you look at. That's what the club will ask for.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's £100 million defender. He's not, but that's what the club will ask for because that's how valued he is to them.
Yeah.
So
for sure, man. Peak for Havertz, 2 clubs in England and loved by none. Respect the club that made you next time. Says Carlos. What's your thoughts on this, Colin, man? I'm going to
players go to rivals all the time in Italy.
Yeah,
it's almost common practice.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I don't know who to watch, Colin or Top. Yeah, Colin will be obviously starting his stream in a minute. Just gonna wrap up the stream and he'll be over there. So make sure you guys check him out as well. Big up YouTube, big up ST, bro. Big up yourself, my G. Big up. He says Raya can't be a priority. It's fine. Our priority is a striker, left winger, centre back, DM, deep line playmaker. Yeah, I agree with that, bro. I think all of those positions come first before the keeper for sure, especially because we've spent so much money on keepers in recent times, man. But yeah, man, big up obviously the chat, big up everyone tuning in. Make sure you guys head over to Colin's channel now. He's going to be starting his watch along the Italian Cup final, Bologna versus AC Milan. What's your predictions for the game, bro? Before you head off.
Well, Bologna are coming off, I think, a loss as well or a draw.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, because the last time they played Bologna, Milan beat them. Although that was a league game that meant fuck all to Milan. Well, actually, no.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 3-1 last time. Oh. Do you know what? I don't know why, but I can see it being 1-1 in normal time and it goes to pens. Which I don't want because I already had penalties last night with a trash game.
Yeah.
Like on it, well, we didn't have extra time, but still, when I tell you that was 30 minutes of torture, I ain't lying.
Them championship games are tough, man. I tell you, they're tough to watch. The standard's low, bro. You're right. The standard is low, mate. But yeah, hopefully you're legit, man. Hopefully you're celebrating come the end of the night with another trophy for AC Milan. Obviously, make sure you guys check out Colin's channel today. Obviously, I think what time you start your stream? What 10? Is it 10 to 8 before the game kicks off?
Literally 2 minutes.
Yeah, literally 2 minutes, man. So yeah, we're gonna head up now. Big up people for tuning in. Make sure you go to Colin's channel. Make sure you subscribe to him and go check out obviously the game he's watching, AC Milan versus Bologna. Till next time, people. We're out. Peace, love. Don't hate to play at the game, and we are out. Peace and love.